We're joined now by Ridwan Kamil, who is the Mayor of Bandung. Bandung is the third largest city in Indonesia, but he is also the Governor-elect for West Java. Another huge task ahead for you, Ridwan Kamil. Just to give us an idea, how many constituents will you be serving in West Java?
It's very big, the biggest in the country, around 32 million. So the population in total is 48, almost 50 million, like twice as size as Australia, I think.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, why would you come to Melbourne, a very small city, compared to the one you're in charge of at the moment?
This is my sixth time as a Melbourne, as a tourist, as an architect before, and as a mayor. I think we have similarities in Bandung, in terms of young population, aspiration to more creative economy, culture. Bandung 2015 was awarded UNESCO Design City, for example. And I come here this week is focusing on the smart city collaborations, because I think Melbourne has a good infrastructure for startups, for example, and also creating many apps for solving urban problems. So we would like to engage and learn. And I met with the Lord Mayor of Melbourne, and surprisingly, we both the same similarities. We both come from independent. Independent. So I think I hope I can bring home our follow-ups regarding collaboration in one of the institutions is called Launchfig by Laura. Is to create a platform using technology, investing in startups also, because one of my vision as a governor for the next 5 years is to create a digital West Java, transforming the life of my people through digital in all kind of form, not only city but also rural. So I'm creating now 2 master plan of smart cities and also rural, smart rural. So both can be connected to the initiative already by the Melbourne.
What you've learned in Bandung, taking that vision to a huge province, I guess I'm wondering, and many Australians would wonder, does a city like Melbourne have something to offer? Now you say it does, but do you see that in fact from where you come from, you also have something to offer us here?
Oh yeah. This morning I told the Lord Mayor that Bandung is the happiest city in Indonesia, almost 87%, saying that they are happy and very happy to be the citizen of Bandung. I created many what I call happiness projects, and seriously put the budget for my people happiness. I have what I call mobile counseling. It's a Pinky car, where inside the Pinky minibus you have a psychologist, doctor, psychiatrist to treat people with urban stress.
On the spot.
On the spot. So if you're stressed in Bandung, you find that Pinky minibus and you talk to them.
Right.
So this is my way of reducing the stress and lower the rate of suicide, for example. And when I told that, the Lord Mayor of Melbourne looks very interested. I think, in my opinion, the happiness is becoming the new theory in building the society. It's not always about, becoming developed and rich, but also how happy you are. Because I learned in many developed countries, the issue of mental health problem is really become a big issue because of the stress coming from the lifestyle. So I don't want Bandung to fall to that issue. That's why I'm creating this happiness project. It works quite well.
Could you also explain the importance of the digital economy and how you think it will change? You've seen change in Bandung. How it will change a province like West Java?
Yes, Bandung is very urban, so I will have no difficulties to connect the digital economy to my people. Every year we have 20 million transactions in online business. So it's a big in Bandung because it's very urbanized. But when it comes to West Java, half of the population is not really connected to internet. So my vision, number one as a governor, is to use what Bandung's success to be applied to urban area that within my jurisdiction, but for the rural, that would be a challenge. How I can use the digital technology, for example, to educate my farmers, to bring them to this level that they can understand the online business. They can receive order online for the vegetables to be sold to the online, for example. This kind of questions, really become my challenge. So I think the Bandung model only can be applied for half of West Java. The remaining half will be rural. So I need. That's why this morning I went to some startups building. They produce agriculture tech quite nicely. So we would like to challenge them also whether they can have some apps for my agriculture and rural technology. For example, can you have a technology for my fishermen to locate fish by using satellite map, for example? That would be very helpful to my fishery industry. So we don't have that technology.
Now, congratulations on your new role. I do have to ask you about politics. It's at an interesting time in Indonesia. You've just contested an election. There is a lot of conversation about the conservatism of Indonesian politics, that religion is becoming more a part of it. What do you think of that, and how do you manage the concerns of, say, an Australian who's not used to that mix of religion and politics?
I think the Australian people and government must understand, since our independence, we always in the middle. We're not leaning to the right or leaning too much to the left. That's why Pancasila, our 5 principles, becoming our sacred philosophy, because Pancasila will keep Indonesia always in the middle. Of course, there is a trend here and there to be more to the right, for example, conservatism. But you have to see Pak Jokowi, the president, for example. In the history of Indonesia, only Pak Jokowi closed down or shut down the Islamist organization, HTI, Hizbut Tahrir, right? That decision is really to show, that Indonesian government really serious to keep Indonesia as it is, which is very much in the middle, not to lean too much to the left or to the right. So I think you don't have to worry. As a governor of West Java also, I have a challenge to bring the West Java back to the middle, because the issue of intolerance, of radicalism, conservatism also become my challenge. So I will create several strategies. One of strategy, I'll become the governor who always come in the middle of dispute, for example. The previous governor let the dispute solved by the citizen, which is creating an issue. But me, as a new governor, creating a new life, a leadership, which is become the person who will make sure you have a peace between the people who have some arguments. And also I'm creating an economic strategy in the poorest side of society, so there is no blaming game, hating because the economy. I have one village, one company, I have a project, or one Islamic madrasah, one product, for example, for them to have economic strength. By this, I think in the future Indonesia will still hold the middle ground, the third way, the middle ground, to get stability on this region.
So then what are we to make, given your vision, what are we to make of Pak Jokowi's recent decision to take on as his running mate in the presidential election a conservative Muslim partner?
I think this is just a strategy Pak Jokowi used because there is a perception in certain the rightist conservatism group that Pak Jokowi is a bit away from Islamic kind of value or policy. So in order to to send a message that Pak Jokowi is really also part of the Islamic kind of inclusion. I think the nomination for this vice president nomination using the head of ulama organization is the right thing to do, because we can say that Pak Jokowi will be the walking driver of the system, and the vice president, the ulama will be the calming factor to give stability, sending to message to most Muslim to keep it more very much in the middle.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you,
It's
Hannah.
much appreciated.